Diane in Denmark here, got the timer running, just get my Fitbit on. We are going to be, or at least I am going to be decluttering in here. We're in zone 2, the kitchen this week. And I'm not quite sure how much I'm going to get done. I've got the timer set. My plan is to declutter one of my kitchen drawers here. It's been annoying me a bit because the rest of the kitchen, you know, you saw me decluttering it last month, and most of these under drawers that I have, they work pretty well. This one has been bugging me, so I'm just going to take everything out, see what's in there, and maybe there are some things that can go somewhere else, that I can find a new home for. So I'm just taking everything out. And remember, before you do any decluttering or, you know, cleaning and doing any of the zone work, please make sure that you just get your Flylady routines done, you know, either your morning or evening routine. Don't start this. Also, if you're just a new fly baby, the main thing is just get your routines done, add in a weekly home blessing, and once you've got that going, then you can start on the detailed stuff. So I'm just taking everything out, and I've got, I mean, you've seen my kitchen before. I've got my rubbish bag here, trash bag. I've got my recycling box, and hopefully most of the items that I find today will be just put away items, but I'm just warning viewers of, you know, who are a bit squeamish. There may be food which is expired, so I'm just warning you right now. So I'm just getting everything out of this drawer because my plan is, well, of junk. This is why I avoid this drawer, because it's just a kind of mishmash of things that have spilled out. I've got my vacuum cleaner. And the first thing I'm going to do is, you'll see, hold on, I'll just bring it over a bit so you can see. You can see that down there, there's kind of crumbs and stuff that's spilled out. This one, this is our, you know, coffee drawer, that's all right. And you can see that these ones, you know, where I keep my pots and pans, those are okay. But I'm working on this one today. I'm just going to stop the camera for probably like half a minute because I want to hoover what's in the bottom of that drawer, and I'm not wanting to deafen you with the hoover. So hold up. Let me just stop for 1 second. You can go and grab a glass of water or just keep going. Woohoo, and I'm back. Okay, I've just taken off my jumper as well because I'm beginning to feel a bit warmer now. So all I'm doing in my kitchen is I'm taking each item one at a time and deciding, do I need to keep it? You know, and it's the same with all our decluttering. It's either give away, throw away, remember not to throw away, recycle as much as possible, or put away. So this is an item, peanut butter, that I want to keep, so that's going back in. I've also got some crisp bread items. Those are unopened and they can go back in. And it was so nice just to take everything out and vacuum that that drawer, because it's like starting with a clean slate. Now this is weird stuff. This is something that I use. It's a Swedish product which I discovered, and the Swedes are mad for it. It's a soup. It's a warm soup full of vitamin C, and it's made of, oh gosh, what's the word? It's called nyponsoppa, which is rosehip. There we are. Can you see the picture? It's made of rosehip, and they eat it a lot when, you know, when they're coming down with the flu or stuff. So, and the kids and my husband, they hate that, but I like it, and I'm going to start using it because now we are now into autumn here in Denmark. Okay, more crisp bread, that can go away, can go back in. Cereal, which is open, and this shouldn't be in this cupboard at all. That should be somewhere else. So that's going to be put somewhere back here. What are these? These are all dried fruits or nuts. And I actually have a different basket for those, so I don't know why those are in there. So those will be put away somewhere else. An empty packet Who has been eating chocolate-covered rice cakes and not throwing them out? Wasn't me. And the same with some tuck biscuits. So those are plastic wrappers. Those go in my recycling. That was easy enough. Oh my goodness. Okay, here's an embarrassing one. We made some of those kind of healthy snack ball things, and they went in here and then we've forgotten about them. We should have used them up. We didn't, so you know what? Those are going into the trash, and this goes straight into the dishwasher. See, it's all coming out now, all the dirty secrets. Right. Oh, and this is something which a lot of you have asked about. You've maybe seen it on the table, you know, when we're having breakfast. This is very common in Denmark. It is, can you see that? Slices of dark chocolate that you put on your bread in the morning. It's called, see here? It's called Mørk, that's dark, pålægschokolade. Pålæg is any kind of topping that you put on something. So that is definitely a keeper, and it's a bit like, you know, it's just a hard version of Nutella. It's much easier. You just put the piece of chocolate on instead of, you know, getting the knife, and that gets all dirty, and then people take the knife that you've used in the Nutella and they kind of leave it on the edge of the sink, and you think, well, why are you leaving it there? Are you going to use it again, or are you going to put it in the dishwasher? No names are being mentioned here. So Nutella and the chocolate, those are going back in. And actually, I normally keep them in this little basket. This is protein powder. Oh, this is my DD15, you know, where they've been in the chia seeds and protein powder. That should actually go somewhere else. So it's not going back in the snack drawer. Okay, then we've got various tahini and peanut butter. That can all stay there. Just check with your peanut butter. Some of the peanut butters have to be kept in the fridge, and other ones can be kept in a cupboard. Check which your ones are. This is a peanut butter that we started and we didn't like it. It's actually peanut butter with chocolate in it. Sounded like a good idea. You know what, you shouldn't fool with the original stuff. So I'm going to scrape out that, just kind of past its best. And I've got glass jar for recycling and metal lid. We have recycling here. Just outside our house we've got containers, so that will go there. Here is some baby food, and that has expired. Oh, I've got it free with something, and it was prunes, and I thought I was going to use it. So that's another one that I will empty out the contents. It's past its best, and the jar and the lid will go out. Snacks for school, that's all right. Hard chocolate topping, yum yum for ice cream, that goes somewhere else. Oh, now we're really getting to the, more peanut butter. Here's a rice biscuit that could have been eaten, but that's going in the bin. More honey from our wonderful neighbours in Sweden. If you've seen our Swedish cabin, they have bees and they give us some honey. Okay, these are biscuits which have been opened. That is just a waste, and I'm going to have to speak to the kids about that. Those will be going out, and I can put that in the recycling. Actually, I have to say my kids are really good generally, but okay, that's a cake decorating thing. That's some silver dust. That needs to go on the other side here. Right, and that's more fruit, dried fruits. So those will all go in a different basket. Dried fruits, those are all over here. How are we doing for time? Okay, I've got 5 minutes left. Okay, we've got more kind of energy bars and the things that kids use in their packed lunches. Oh, that's all food, that can go out. Oh, and some meringues. Oh, past their best, out with those. And fingers, I'm stealing that. That is my reward for cleaning out today. So I'll have those with my cup of tea when I'm finished. And then the rest, that's more dried fruit. Right. The rest, oh, can you see that? There's lots of chocolate that's fallen out of the box. That is all going in the bin. Just all the bits. And as I've got like a couple of minutes, I'm just going to quickly wash out that basket. How are you doing? Are you doing all right with your decluttering? Or maybe you're doing a bit of detailed cleaning in here? I did a detailed cleaning video on Monday, so if you want to do some cleaning, you can look at that one. Right. Okay. You know what? This isn't going to be perfect. And one thing I've learned over the years that is, you know, I would go and buy kind of fancy baskets and things, but actually just any old baskets that you have lying around the house are really good for putting these kind of items together. So they kind of keep them together in the drawer or in the cupboard. And actually for my baking supplies, you'll see that another time, I'm actually using old shoe boxes, you know, just to keep the baking powder, baking soda, keep those together. Oh, beautiful. You know what, there's nothing better than when you've decluttered an area. And I don't know if you have the same thing that I have. Oh, let me just get some. I'm going to put all the energy bars together in a plastic tub. That'll work quite well. I'll put all the energy bars like that so they're easier, they're not kind of spilling out everywhere. When I have decluttered an area, you know, I can't help but, you know, if I come back later on that evening, I kind of come back and then I just have to, I've got this compulsion that I have to look at the space that I have decluttered. So I don't know if you're like me like that, but yeah. Right, okay, not doing too badly. Not too shabby at all. Right, how many? Okay, we're coming up for 13 minutes. Now, the other things that I have here, I have the toaster, and that also lives in this drawer here because it's something that we occasionally use for breakfast, but not on an everyday basis. And you know what? It's going to be so much easier to actually make toast or make waffles because we can actually get into this drawer. Oh, that's peanut butter that was there. Ooh, go me, go me. Okay, and these were, that's, gosh, I'm losing my words today. This is breakfast cereal, that goes somewhere else. And all my fruit, my dried fruit, that's going to go over there. And what do we have? Okay, that's all right. Somebody has started some biscuits, but they actually put them in a Ziploc bag. Yay! Brownie points for that. Okay, that's my timer going. It's because I do not want to go over 15 minutes. These ones will go in the bread bin. You know, we eat a lot of knäckebröd, as they call it in Denmark. You know, the hard kind of biscuits. Right, and then, oh, I don't know when these were taken out. These are going to go to the birds, and that's packaging. Oh, not too bad. We didn't waste too much food. And you know what? Please don't feel guilty when you are when you're decluttering, because you know we've all made mistakes in the past. We've all had spoiled food, and we bought all these ingredients and we didn't use them. But you know what? You're on the right track now. Okay, so I absolve you of any guilt. Just hold on. Let me get something. Here we are. My pom-poms are never far away. I absolve you with my pom-poms of any guilt that you have when you are decluttering. All right. So don't look back and say, oh, I should have done that and I wasted money on that. You know what? You're using the Flylady system now, and we're moving forward. Okay, so just keep moving forward. You know, as I say, one foot in front of the other, and we'll get there. All right. I mean, you saw I'm still a work in progress. I've thrown away some biscuits today, and there were a couple of jars of stuff. But you know what? I'm saving money because I menu plan. I don't forget to take the books back to the library these days. So, oh gosh, okay, now I'm going over time. Right, anyway, that's it for me. Diane in Denmark. Hope you got some decluttering done with me today in Zone 2 in the kitchen. And I'll see you tomorrow because I'm doing this series about getting things done. And that's what we're doing here. Okay, that's it for me. Over and out. Live long and prosper and shake those pom-poms.